Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. That's right, it's Monday, and you know what time it is. It's time to get motivated with me, your girl, Shay Samuels. But guess what? I'm mobile today. So I'm bringing you into my world, and I'm thanking God for the opportunity to be able to do this for you, even while I'm mobile. Listen, I want to thank you guys because you could be doing anything in this world, but you have decided to spend the next 15 minutes right here with me getting motivated. Kudos to you. 2021, listen, I know that a lot of people are going to be talking about transformation, whether it be the way you eat, whether it be your health, it be working out, getting your body in shape. Some people are losing an opportunity to get their minds in order as well. My mother, when we were growing up for the new year, she would always say, make a pot of black eyed peas because those black eyed peas are going to help you to bring in the new year. Make sure you clean the house because you want to start the new year with a clean house. But you know what? I've done that. And to be honest with you, my house, because of how I operate, I travel and do a lot of different things that require me to pull stuff out of my closet, put it on the bed, see what I'm going to wear. I come back home and I'm still going to have to clean up. Sometimes I'm gone for a week at a time, but when I get back, I have to clean up. So my house ends up the same exact way. But 2021, every year we start this transformation and we are not paying attention to our minds, transforming and renewing the mind. Romans 12:2 says to not be conformed by the things of this world, but by the renewal of your mind. And so I am going to challenge you this year going into 2021 to renew the mind. What is that going to do for you? Well, first and foremost, shout out to Barry Milburn, that is Coach B out of Wilmington, Delaware. I had an amazing meeting with him last week. And you know what? Even as a motivational speaker and as a coach, it's always good to have coaches in different parts of the world, people who literally do things to make sure that you are great. So you may be a coach, but you might coach in a specific area to help people better their lives, like myself. But listen, this man literally took what I was doing and he turned it into a gut check for me. So shout out to him. So I'm going to tell you, the first thing that he challenged me with was commitment. He said, what are you committed to? And when he asked me that and I gave the answer, my commitment was to be transformed mind, body, spirit, and soul. And so, with that, because it's so broad, do you realize that all of these umbrellas of things that come with that have to change? It has to. It has to change. And so I started thinking about what I was committed to. Originally, the meeting was about drinking water. Y'all listen to me. The meeting was about drinking water. I text him just as accountability and said, listen, I want to start drinking at least 5 bottles of water a day. And he said, let's schedule a meeting. Why? Because he understands that our minds can talk us out of just 5 bottles of water. We have an excuse for everything. Listen, I could say I'm getting overwhelmed with work. Um, I'm on the road too much. I don't want to go to the bathroom as much as I would if I weren't drinking the water because I'm on the road so much. It's an inconvenience, but it literally is a life source for us. I saw a caption a few days ago, and in that caption, it showed a bottle of water and a plant, and it showed soda and a kid. And it said, you feed your plants this to live. Why are you giving your kids this, which was the soda and the juices, to live? And so we have to be committed to change. When I met with him, he asked me what I was committed to. And I said to transform my mind, body, spirit, and soul, to heal in those areas. And he said, but it's going to take commitment. And because I committed to it, here are some things that I have determined myself to do. Well, one, I said 5 bottles of water, but he said, I believe you can do more. And I said, well, I'm not even doing the 2 bottles. So 5 for me would be, good. And although it's good, he said, I believe you can do more. And then I said jokingly, I said, well, you know what? I said, I probably do drink more than 5 bottles because I pick up a bottle, I put it down, I can't find that bottle, so I get another bottle of water and I start drinking that bottle of water, and then so on and so on. And he said, this was my gut check. He said, do you handle things in life that way? I said, what do you mean? He said, do you handle projects that way where you might pick one up and then let it go? but pick another one up, never completing that. He said everything that we do is attached to something that there, I said it before, a lack, but there is something that we need to fix within ourselves. It's just water for me, but it was a life experience for him. So if I'm picking up the water and I'm okay with letting it go, and then picking up another bottle, drinking half of it, it really can be indicative to what I do in my life. Commitment, people. That's why renewing your mind is something that has to happen every single day. But while we're creating these resolutions, let's think about, we are trying to control our health, we're trying to control our weight. Why not our minds? So I ask you, just as he asked me, what are you committed to today? Not for 2021. What are you committed to today? What have you committed yourself to that will allow you to begin disciplining specific areas of your lives? Because it has changed me just in one meeting. I started looking at certain things that I actually do pick up and let go. And I may have a great reason for it. And that means I failed the mission. So I've given the reason that I didn't do something an excuse. I know that I'm talking to somebody today because he basically gave me a gut check. I come on and I motivate you guys every single day. And I get you to bring one person into the message so that they can be changed. But within that, the mindset has to be changed to commitment. What are you committed to? What are you committed to? When I say that taught me something completely different about myself, I knew that this was going to be the message today. 2021, as you begin to renew your mind, you have to start with, I am committed to. Once I put that commitment on there, I then had to write under that, if I failed the commitment, why? Not as an excuse, but as an opportunity for me to grow in that area. So 2021, you guys are just going to have to grow. For those of you who have been afraid of commitment, and I'm not just talking about relationships, I'm talking about to a job, I'm talking about to friendships, I'm talking about to yourself. Mainly yourself. Listen, I haven't been committed to myself. I was talking to my mother the other day and I said, we will be committed to help others financially, mental support, spiritual support. We are committed to ensuring that every person around us is in their right minds. And as we are committed to that, we're losing ours. 2021, you have to make it about you. I'm doing a lot of shout outs today, but shout out to Nurse Coach Jean, who is a holistic nurse, and she does a Sunday self-care in one of my clients, but she literally does a Sunday self-care on the 1st and the 3rd. And yesterday, as I was preparing for this message, I realized I had to relax yesterday. I had to just lay down and mentally check out, and it was okay. Mentally check out. That was my Sunday self-care. Shout out to you, Nurse Coach Jean, for implementing something that we literally can log on to and hear you coach and teach us through. Another coach. These are people who are championing you on so that you not only can go into 2021, but even tomorrow with a different mindset. With a different mindset. It is imperative that we begin to change our thinking about ourselves. We always hear about knowing your worth. We always hear about growth. We hear about increasing in the physical things, in the material things. But you are now being challenged to commit to you. What does that look like for you? For tomorrow, not 2021. What does that look like for you? For me, it was life-changing. It was life-changing. And you know what? I started the process, but it was still hard because I went through challenges even as of yesterday. I went through challenges. And what got me to the point where I realized that I can overcome that was remembering my commitment. Y'all, it is important for you to commit something to yourself. Make sure that it is a tangible commitment, but it is important that we commit to ourselves. When I put that commitment on it to change in my mind, body, soul, and spirit, I have to do things in order for me to even get to the destined place. But it starts here. It starts in the mind. It starts by transforming your mind. Romans 12:2 talks about renewing your mind, not being conformed of the things of this world. Whether you are a believer or not, I am telling you not to be conformed by the things of the world. Do you know why? Because even as a believer, we still go through the same things. Life is still going to throw the punches. Bills are still going to come in. Stress is still going to happen. So we share a lot in common, but we can also share other things in common, like making a commitment to transform our minds. Listen, the Bible is a resource for so many people, just as other books, as Purpose Driven Life, or if you read books by Les Brown, if you read books that talks about how to repair your credit, all of these things make you better. And when you can see it that way, then you won't eliminate yourself from a level of growth that will cause increase in your lives. You know, shout out again to David Benton, because he'll talk about guns. And he says that gun's not the killer. The people holding the gun is the killer. There are people that you have referenced as part of a Christian body or a believer or someone who's going to church, and they have done you wrong. And because of that, you won't even touch the Bible. The people have done you wrong, but the Bible will cause you to increase, just like any book that you read. I am telling you from my own experience that I have used it as a resource to better me every single day. I just used the scripture, Romans 12:2. It says, do not be conformed by the things of this world. When I started looking up those scriptures and I started looking up those words, worldly, something so simple, just meant to travel around the world. But we took it and we made it things that can be material, earthly things, houses, cars, money, clothes, you name it. But when you commit yourself to just be better at every single thing that you do, it starts in the mind. It literally starts in your mind. So I challenge you today, as you begin to start thinking about your New Year's resolutions. 2021, you're going to start over again. 2020 was hard for everyone. We were in a pandemic. We're still in the pandemic. Coronavirus hit. People were losing jobs. People were gaining jobs. People actually started new businesses. How do I know? This is what we do. Let's Talk Business Consultant, Coaching, and Strategy. This is what we do. So we were effective in helping a lot of people start their business, marketing their business. A lot of small companies came out of the pandemic. But I'm going to tell you, a lot of those companies actually faltered after 6 months because of the mind. I spent 30 days just getting people to renew their mind about the business, because their primary goal is to get income. But it's so much bigger. Ask any of our clients. It's so much bigger than just the income. It is a mindset. It is a mindset. So I encourage you all today, as you begin to look at certain things in your lives, as you begin to take hold of all of what you have and all that you're doing and all that you want to achieve, that you identify with the commitment first and foremost. Identify with the commitment. What are you committed to? Again, shout out to Barry Milburn. That's Coach B. Shout out to you, sir, for allowing us the opportunity to meet, allowing us an opportunity to get on that Zoom, and just giving me a gut check. Giving me a gut check. And I want to offer that same gut check to you. 2021, just today, my challenge to you is to write down what you are committed to. Listen, that's my time. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your girl, Shay Samuels, and you have just been motivated.